Children are our future. Think about a special child in your life. It could be your own child. Or if you don't have children yet, it could be a little brother, little sister, niece or nephew, even a friend's child. Think about the love and the happiness that surrounds that child's life. Think about their face, their voice, their smile, their laughter. Think about how good it feels when they wrap their little arms around your neck and give you a big smile. When they say, "I love you." Think about the love that swells up inside you for that child. Now imagine one day your phone rings, and when you answer it, the voice on the other end tells you that child is missing. Now all you feel is fear and panic. You want to lay on the floor and scream and cry and sob. You don't know what to do first. This precious child that means so much is missing. This is exactly how J.C. Dugard's mom felt the day she went missing. According to an article published by CNN, J.C. was walking home from school and was abducted when she was just 11 years old. She was held captive for 18 years by her abductors. She was discovered in the abductor's backyard in a compound. She had been raped, traumatized. J.C. was finally found and reunited with her family. Few stories have happy endings like J.C.'s. Such stories like Adam Walsh. You may have heard of Adam Walsh. His father hosts the show America's Most Wanted, John Walsh. When Adam was 6 years old, he was abducted from a shopping mall in Florida. His body was later discovered. He had been murdered and decapitated. The Code Adam program for helping missing children in lost department stores is named after Adam Walsh's memory. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, an estimated 800,000 children are reported missing each year. That's more than 2,000 children every day. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has become the leading nonprofit organization in the United States. They work with law enforcement agencies to address the problems of missing and sexually exploited children in our nation. Today, the work of the organization includes 20 different congressional mandates. Since 1984, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has assisted law enforcement with more than 182,000 missing children's cases, resulting in the recovery of more than 169,000 missing children. Because some of these children make national headlines, acts such as Megan's Law and the Adam Walsh Child Protection and Safety Act have been established, making information about sex offenders available to the public. The sex offender's picture, address, conviction, crime, and dates are all published on a national database. Sex predator awareness is very important for parents and caregivers. When I was in the 5th grade, I got such a phone call myself. It was my best friend, Tiffany. She asked me, "Did you watch the news?" "No, I don't watch the news. I'm a kid." She said, "You'll never believe this. Billy is missing." Billy had been my friend for several years. He was 12, and he was a few grades lower than I was. He had went for a bike ride one day outside his mom's store and never come back. The police were notified. A national search was issued, and his body was later found. He had been murdered and left in a cornfield in my hometown, Oakboro. I couldn't believe it. Things like this happen. I knew they did, but they didn't happen to me or to people that I knew. I went to his funeral. I was still a child myself. This was surreal. Why would someone murder my friend? He was just a child. He was 12. He was never going to get married. He was never going to grow up. I couldn't believe it. This tragic experience has had a great impact on my life. I was a fearful child after this experience. I didn't want to go outside by myself. I didn't venture far from my parents. Today, I don't let my children outside by themselves. I'm too afraid. It doesn't take but seconds for a child to be abducted. My husband tells me that I'm paranoid and I should lighten up a little bit, but you can never be too careful. It's my job to protect my children. Right now, there are children missing from all over the world, just like Billy was missing. Only, they haven't been found yet. This is Leanna Susan Marie Warner. She was last seen at her home in Minnesota on June 14th, 2003. She was going to walk to a friend's house around the block and has not been seen or heard from since. She is considered endangered. This is Tristan Allen Myers. He was last seen when he was 4 years old. He was at home in Roseboro, North Carolina, taking a nap on the living room floor. He was wearing blue jeans and white tennis shoes. He may be in need of medical attention. This is Morgan Nick. Morgan was last seen catching fireflies at a ballpark in Arkansas. She was wearing a green Girl Scout shirt, blue denim shorts, and white tennis shoes. She was only 6 when she was abducted. She's not been found yet. This is Richard Haynes. He went missing from his home in Washington on September 12, 2004. He has not been seen or heard from since. He was 11 years old when he disappeared. This is Abby Jo Black. Abby and her mother, Jennifer Black, were last seen at their home in Grand Junction, Colorado on November 12, 2001. The remains of Jennifer Black were discovered in a Grand Junction landfill in June of 2012. Jennifer's death has been ruled a homicide, but Abby has yet to be found. She is still missing. She was 6 years old at the time of her disappearance. This is Mikkel Diane Biggs. Mikkel was 11 years old the last day she was seen. She left her home on her bicycle to meet the ice cream man at 6 o'clock p.m. Her change and her bicycle were found 4 houses from her own home. She's not been found yet. According to USA.gov, if your child is missing, the first thing you should do is report your child missing to the local authorities. Ask the investigators to enter your child's name on the National Database of Crime Information. There is no wait period for a child under 18. A BOLO may be issued. Be on the lookout. And also an Amber Alert. Limit your access to your home until a full investigation can be performed. You never know what evidence may lead to finding your child. Give officers a recent photograph of your child, the most recent photograph you have, a list of friends and relatives, a detailed description of the clothing your child was wearing when you last seen him or her, and every detail of the disappearance. All circumstances must be reported. Today, law enforcement is better trained and better prepared to respond more quickly and effectively than ever before. There's better laws and better technologies. Parents are more alert and more aware. Yet there are still thousands of children who do not make it home each year, and more who fall victim to sexual exploitation. I ask that you consider making a charitable donation to the nonprofit organization the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. We have to help these innocent children who no longer have a voice. Their very survival depends on us. Thank you.